Hey everybody, before we jump into the video, it's Bats here. I just want to let you know that this was made as a labor of love, and unfortunately it was made within an extremely small time crunch in order to get it out on Halloween. I just want to let you guys know that we tried our best, put our best into it, and we tried to bring the best we could to the table. So without further ado, here's your disclaimer. Let's jump into your video. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Macabre'Gorium Labs presents School of Boredom, Nickelodeon Edition. Today we're going to present you with a very special episode. In fact, now my name is Rocco, and today I'll be your guide as we take a look at School of Boredom, Nickelodeon Edition presents the Nickelodeon Halloween Special 2020, 13 of the best Nickelodeon Halloween Specials. That being said, we'll begin this lesson with a look at some of the most memorable Halloween specials presented by Nickelodeon that we love the most. First up is Doug, with Doug's Halloween Adventure. This special was aired on October 30th of 1993 and was the first Halloween episode for the Doug series, and was actually the only one from Doug's original run on Nickelodeon. This episode shows Skeeter wanting to go on a new thrill ride at the amusement park. However, Doug is reluctant as he's scared of it. Eventually, after some trick-or-treating fun, the two boys sneak into the new ride and run into Roger. They sneak in, and by the end of the episode, a valuable lesson is learned.
I'll do anything.
It's rotten of you to TP all those houses.
Yeah, man, really rotten. We'll clean them up, right, guys?
Yeah.
Our next entry is anything but stinky. Real monsters. The Switching Hour. The very first episode of this rad series takes place on Halloween when kids are trick-or-treating. The monsters go out to scare, even though they're told not to, and because of this, Halloween hijinks ensued during the scare. Of course, in the end, everything works out like it should.
You okay?
I'm better than okay. I'm bad to the bone. I'm bad. I'm bad.
I'm dead.
So without giving anything else away, let's move into our next entry. Next up on our list is Rugrats, Ghost Story. This next entry is special, not just because it's about Halloween, but because it is the first time Nicktoons from a different Nicktoons show had a crossover. This 2004 animated special, titled Ghost Story, had the Rugrats babies telling spooky stories, and during a part of the episode, they run into none other than Ickis, Crumb, and Oblina, which you may remember from our previous entry of Real Monsters. During the episode, Angelica is up to her usual antics and ends up learning her lesson about scaring other kids.
Oh, definitely pudding.
Staying on topic of scaring kids, let's talk about our next entry. Hey Arnold, Arnold's Halloween. In this Halloween special, Arnold's Halloween, the story involves aliens and the ultimate Halloween prank, which erupts into panic across the entire town of Bluffington. I'm sure us adult kids can see similarities to a famous radio show.
Several of them! Silver, with huge, bulbous heads! I can hardly bear to look at them! They're so revolting!
We won't tell you which one, though. But do you know? If you do, leave your answers in the comments section below. This might also be a good time to ask you to click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can see all of our new content as soon as we get it out for you. Now, if shameless plugs weren't scary enough, let's talk about our next entry with the Fairly Odd Parents' Scary Godparents. In Season 2, Episode 12, we got a new show added to our Halloween favorites, and we have none other than the Fairly Odd Parents to thank. This episode, titled Scary Godparents, starts with Timmy having to go trick-or-treating with Vicky instead of his parents. As usual, Timmy makes an interesting wish that turns his Halloween upside down with hilarious results.
They're gonna blow up the Earth! I've got to use every ounce of my awesome mummy powers to stop them. New plan.
If you thought Halloween was just for us land dwellers, you'd be wrong. Let's head on down to Bikini Bottom, where we take a look at the SpongeBob SquarePants Halloween Special, Scaredy Pants. This particular SpongeBob SquarePants special is entitled Scaredy Pants. And in this story, SpongeBob is afraid of everything after having heard a scary story. This episode centers on SpongeBob and Patrick wanting to be scary and thinking they succeeded. But the truth eventually comes out. And sorry to let you know, we're not going to spoil it for you. If you want to know the whole story, you'll have to watch it for yourself.
Oh, please. That was enough of a treat. Thank you.
Next up on our list is iCarly with Ice Cream on Halloween. The iCarly Halloween Special, Ice Cream on Halloween, has the gang broadcasting from inside a supposedly haunted apartment on the 13th floor of Carly's apartment building. Many scary things happen in this apartment, causing us to be treated to a nice Halloween spooky story. Also, Spencer learns what happens when you run out of candy on Halloween. Parents, you might want to watch this episode if you haven't already, and make sure that you have enough candy too. Next up on our list is a spooky story presented by the Haunted Hathaways with Haunted Halloween. Next up on our list, we have one of Bat's personal favorites, The Haunted Hathaways, which is about a human family living with a family of ghosts. So pretty much every episode has ghosts or ghost hijinks. But they did have a Halloween-specific episode during Season 1, Episode 11, entitled Haunted Halloween. If you don't know this show very well, it's about a human family, the Hathaways, living with a ghost family, the Prestons. So in this episode, many hilarious hijinks ensue as the Hathaway's daughter Taylor tries to throw a Halloween party without the ghosts messing it up. Check out this episode and the entire series, as it has a funny story that the actors really bring to life.
Gotta help me. But I'm just a little girl.
Okay, I knew that was coming. I apologize for my earlier comments.
Say Frankie's awesome.
We don't have time for this.
Say it!
Frankie is awesome!
Okay, I forgive you.
And on the topic of bringing stories to life, let's talk about our next entry, Salute Your Shorts, in the episode, Zeke the Plumber. Zeke the Plumber. Zeke the Plumber. If your kids are too young for awesome villains like Jason Voorhees, they can watch the totally awesome Salute Your Shorts, Zeke the Plumber episode. Now, I wouldn't let kids under 6 watch it without checking it out for yourself, all you parents out there. It has a story featuring haunting ghosts, Halloween scares, and the bully Budnick finally learning his lesson about trying to scare people. Again, we think this is a need to see to appreciate the times we were scared when we were younger.
Come on. Let's see what else you have inside your head.
No! No!
Just like there's two sides to every coin, there's two sides to our next story, because our next entry is Cat Dog, with the episode Cat Dogula. For this entry, we go back to the show that taught us cats and dogs can not only live together in peace, but can be together on one body. This episode, called Cat Dogula, features Dog as a vampire needing to save the town before midnight. I don't want to give away too much, but this is a cool, kid-friendly Halloween episode.
Unusual Halloween, wasn't it?
Dog, it's you! Oh, come here, you!
Hey, Cat, thanks for saving me from spending eternity as one of the undeads.
Hey, you, come over here. Are you afraid of the dark? Have you heard the tale of the Twisted Claw? Let's talk about it. For the Are You Afraid of the Dark series, most episodes contain some form of ghosts, spirits, or supernatural event. But they did actually make a Halloween-themed episode called The Tale of the Twisted Claw back in 1992. This was one of those episodes that was based specifically about Halloween. It loosely follows the monkey's paw story, with a mean trick that results in two boys learning a very valuable lesson about making wishes and not playing mean tricks on innocent people. Hey, fun fact before we get into our next entry, we subscribed to the Nick box, and I think a year or so ago we got this item. It's an Angry Beavers vinyl statue of Oxford, Montalvo, and Crawling Spleeny Weenie. The reason I'm pointing this out is because hopefully Culture Fly or somebody can let them know that the name is actually Oxnard Montalvo. So I just want to let you guys know that if you have one of these, you might want to hold on to it, because give it some time, it'll be worth something. That's a typo. Any collectors out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get you back to your feature presentation. Entry: Angry Beavers, the day the world got really screwed up. For this entry, we go back in time to our golden era of the late 90s with a little episode called The Day the World Got Really Screwed Up. This special was aired on October 26, 1998, and was a 30-minute episode with a specific Halloween theme. The Beavers find an alien object in the backyard of their favorite star, Oxnard Montalvo. Of course, having an alien object in the show opened up a lot of situations and hilarious antics. Once again, we ain't gonna spoil it, so check out this special if you want to have something fun to watch with your kids.
Scared, Dag?
Nope. Standing on my tail.
Look out! The little fellow's gone berserk!
And finally, for the last entry on our list, let's talk about my personal show, Rocko's Modern Life, with the episode Sugar Frosted Fright. Rocko's Modern Life's Halloween episode, called Sugar Frosted Fright, is seen in Season 3 and first aired in 1995. This Halloween episode involves Rocko's friend Filbert, who is usually scared by his own shadow, becoming even more scared after a Halloween story about the poison candy and the hopping Hessian. Rocko and Heifer make Filbert go trick-or-treating with them even though he's scared. When he eats a bunch of candy and goes on a sugar rush, he decides to never have candy again. Filbert ends up meeting up with the hopping Hessian and antics ensue. You guessed it. Without giving too much of the plot away, I recommend you give this and all of the entries on this list a watch if you haven't already.
Just a gosh darn minute. Who took those pictures?
One last disclaimer before I head out. Parents, you should always give a cartoon a watch before letting your kids watch them so you can determine if it's age appropriate for your children. We think these are good to watch with your kids as some last minute Halloween fun. If you didn't see your favorite Halloween special in this video, please let us know in the comments which one we missed and maybe we'll feature it in next year's video. Anyway, I've been Rocco and we'll take you back to bats. Man, it feels good to be me again. And with Halloween being one of our favorite holidays, we thought it'd be fun to bring some Halloween spirit to you too. Anyway, this episode's been hosted by Rocco, and this has been Macabre'Gorium Labs presents School of Boredom, Nickelodeon Edition, Nickelodeon Halloween Special 2020. This has been Macabre'Gorium Labs. Please click like and subscribe. We'll see you next time, and as usual, think for yourselves, keep it creepy, and happy Halloween. Hey, thanks for checking out our video. If you'd like to see more content from us, click this link right up here. If you'd like to check out one of our partner channels, you can click this link right over here. Either way, we hope you click subscribe and like and check us out for more content, and don't forget to turn on notifications.